DJ Pointman here. Join Char Willie and Classic Ruby for their radio show, Keep the Beat. They broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CRBJ, Classic R&B Jams. There are discussions of the songs, and that can take you back down memory lane. If you missed the live broadcast, no worries. Replays are uploaded on Mixcloud. So, follow JustAskChar Advice Channel on Mixcloud, and you will receive the notification when these broadcasts are uploaded.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. And I know we all miss her, so let's bring her to the stage, right? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage.
Classic Ruby, everyone. Classic Ruby.
Why, thank you, boys and girls. Please, everyone be seated. Be seated. I want you all to be comfortable while we come here and share some news with y'all. You hear that? News. That's right. How you doing this evening, Shar? This Halloween evening, my favorite day of the year.
It is. Okay. Well, it's interesting, I must say. I'm watching the city board up their businesses because they're ready for the election Tuesday, not going the way they wanted to go.
Yeah. You know what? Again, as I said yesterday, I will die of actual shock. Literally die of shock if Trump doesn't win. Die of shock. Y'all. So listen, I mean, hey, this might be the last time y'all hear from me because I might actually die. Who knows? I might be surprised. Who knows? But I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I do too.
Preparation is key. I feel that preparation is key. Please get prepared because yeah, it's coming. It's
Oh, look who birthday it is. Oh, we have 2 birthdays today. Let me get busy here. I'm going to have to add you to the list here. My
Now
bad.
that's real news. All right. Okay. Okay. We have an actual Halloween birthday, like actually today, because you're my
Actually,
favorite
2.
person. Oh my God. Who is it? Who is? You are my favorite person. You are my favorite person because you were born on my favorite holiday. Yeah.
Yeah, let me go get it. I had showed it yesterday for Rice, because I really like to show it on Friday, because Saturday we have, I'm not going to say a different audience, but we have a few less people. They don't, always show up. And
Yeah.
but Friday night, normally that's when the people show up. So I wanted to make sure that I honor their birthday. So I'm going to have to add Ani to the list here. Let me go back
Oh.
and go ahead and play it.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even know. I didn't know about Rice neither. Hey, Rice. Hey, Arnie. Happy birthday, y'all. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy spooky birthday to you. Yeah, no, I won't go through the whole thing. But y'all know I'm excited. Y'all know I'm excited. Okay. If I missed anyone's birthdays in the last couple of weeks, I apologize because y'all know I was on a little R&R break. So I apologize. I love y'all. I'm sorry I missed it. I will sing to you next year, I promise. I know that's what you came for, just to hear me sing to you for your birthday. So
Yeah, that's what it was. I know. That's what it was.
right? I'm saying it's exciting.
Well, happy birthday. I really want you to have a great one. Hope you're having fun doing something. And I hope we give you a little news, something to shock you, something you can react to. That's what I hope today.
Exactly. Me too. Me too. I mean, I know for sure. I got at least one thing that is I'm gonna say, man, it's like it's a whole telenovela of shockingness. And I don't know how shocked we'd be because the police. And I also have definitely a story of play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Some of my
Yeah,
favorites. Okay.
right? So yeah, I know I got some stuff on the docket here, y'all. So stay tuned. I know Shar's always got something. Y'all know Shar's always she's gonna seriously, she must like rob people at the poker table. Shar's poker face is immaculate. You never know what Shar is thinking until she lays those cards on the table. Bam! Full house.
Well,
That's right.
well, in my opinion today, I don't have anything that is really, really shocking, but I'll go ahead and go first. I have a feeling that you have something that I have, but we can share. I don't mind. That's fine. So let me bring up the first one here. Because what I started doing, I put in the title what I have,
Okay.
which was suggested. I understand when you want people to see your stuff, you got to tag it and label it and put some names in there. I understand.
Yeah,
Not
that's true. That's true.
instead of just series 1, 2, and 3, and yeah. So hey,
Well, make it
like,
good for us too. Like if we want to refer back to something, then we can be like, I instead of I think it was somewhere between 1 and 14. Like
you're right.
tell people where it's actually at because I don't know. Like I know we covered that one of them. Like I don't know. So yeah, I think we will appreciate that eventually too.
That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, for this one, I'm copy and pasting here. Kanye West got Kim Kardashian in a hologram of her late father for her birthday. Now, my opinion, the dead should rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
I will be upset if you put my dead relative on a screen talking in the voice that I remember, saying something that you think they may have said. I'll be upset. I really would be upset about this. I
Yeah,
really would have been upset.
it's weird.
Yeah, it's weird too. But I've really been upset. I've been pissed off. I'm like, that's what you thought of. Why? And
Mm-hmm.
if you're dark like that, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it, but don't drag me into it.
Right.
That's what I'm
Um,
saying. Don't drag me into it.
I mean, is this like the advancement? Like, we used to have portraits painted, and then we had photographs. Now we have video. Now this is just the advancement of how we encapsulate people's, memory. Now we make it a hologram, so you could see them from the front and the back and the side, and they'll talk to you. Like, is this a natural progression? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Are these young people like Gen Zs? Any Gen Zs inside of the building? Do y'all think this is like weird and upsetting and creepy, or are y'all like, oh, that would be so cool? Like, I hope my mama does this, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's normal to them.
It might be, but I'll read the story and let's see if anyone chats in the chat room. Kim Kardashian 40th birthday festivities have been over the top, but Kanye West may have just pushed them over the edge. First, she had a surprise party stateside that recreated all her past birthdays. Then she and her inner circle went to a private island, much, much to the dismay of the entire internet. And on that island, we're now learning, West gifted Kardashian a hologram of her late father, Robert. Yes, a hologram that talked in everything. So, what did this hologram say exactly? Really sweet, wonderful things that toasted to his daughters, of course. But he also called West the most genius man in the world. So, who wrote that script? Was it West
Hmm.
himself? It had to have been. Take a listen for yourself.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Happy birthday, Kimberly. Look at you. You're 40 and all grown up. You look beautiful, just like when you were a little girl. I watch over you and your sisters and brother and the kids every day. Sometimes I drop hints that I'm around, like when you hear someone make a big peefee, or when you make a big peefee. Remember when I would drive you to school in my tiny Mercedes every day and we would listen to this song together?
Please don't, please do not cut my stream for some music. I forgot about that. Please stop it. Let me stop it. I forgot all
Mhm.
about that. I forgot. La 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 la. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my singing. Can I get past this? I sure forgot. Darn, I forgot.
Ah,
You know
that
they
that
that's
was great
copywritten.
though.
Let me see.
I gotta say, I'm happy you forgot,
I
because
am
that was
so
something.
proud of the woman that you've become, Kimberly, and all that you've accomplished. All of your hard work and all the businesses you have built are incredible. But most impressive is your commitment to become a lawyer and carry on my legacy. It's a long and a hard road, but it's worth it. And I'm with you every step of the way. The way that you're connecting with your roots and supporting Armenia means so much to me. You are a proud Armenian, and I am a proud Armenian father. The most beautiful thing that I have witnessed is watching you grow your family. You married the most genius man in the whole world,
Wow.
Kanye West.
Wow.
You are the most amazing mother to your 4 beautiful children, and they are perfect. Keep doing what you're doing, Kimberly. You are a beautiful soul. Know that I am very proud of you, and I'm always with you. I have built a firewall around our family. I love you, Kimberly. Tell Courtney, Chloe, and Rob I love them and miss you all. Don't forget to say your prayers.
Do 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 Yeah, I think I got some music for that. I'm a little slow. Let me find something. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yes. See,
Yeah.
you know what though? You know what though? See, I'm gonna say, I feel like the Gen Zs are actually gonna be pro this, and you know why? Because there's a part of me. So, like when I watch, like, say, Supergirl, or like there's different shows and movies where they'll have, like, especially with the Superman series, I noticed they have like these living holograms that walk around and they talk to you, and it might be the image of your mom or the image of someone, and like they're there. It's basically a computer. They're there. You go there to search, ask them questions, whatever, and they answer the questions. And it's clearly not. It has your mom's voice, your mom's face, or whatever, but it's not your mom, and you know that. But it's like, it's still like I guess a comforting face to the truth, I guess you could say. And I'm like, I always thought that was super cool, and I always wanted one. I always wanted like a what's that place called? Fortress of Ice or something that I could go fly to, and then there would be like my own little holographic human that would like wander around and answer all the questions I had to life. Right? I think that's super cool. Right? So, right? Like I don't like, and I think that's the thing. Like for me, I don't feel like AI has advanced to a place where this wouldn't be disconcerting. I don't think that you know what I mean? It's like, I think it's just a jerky kind of too false, too hollow version, So it's like, I guess it's supposed to be touching and sweet, but for me, it would be too on the nose, right? Like they make it so clear in Supergirl, like this is not your mama, it might look and sound just like your mama, but I'm not your mom, right? Whereas in this is like, I'm faking being your dad for real, right? Like this is, you're getting your daddy to talk to you, like that is, I think that's it. It's like what it's supposed to mean to you. That's where I feel like there's a disconnect for me.
Don't ever do that again. That's all I can say. Don't ever do something like that. Let them rest in peace. That's what I have to say with that. Just let them rest in peace. I don't need that.
We don't know how to do all that. Char, listen, we are sitting there. People are working round the clock trying to solve the process of dying, right? Like, like you have people who have been in cryogenic chambers after death for decades now. Even though no one really understood the process of freezing and reanimating. We knew how to freeze someone. We didn't know how to turn that into reanimation. And now, based on the studies that they've done, they've kind of proven that the way that they've frozen people, i.e. by dehydrating them first, basically would erase who they are, because their mental matrix, that whole brain connectivity that we have, would be erased. You need the water preservation to preserve the memory matrix. So you might be able to preserve this human. You might be able to reanimate this human one day, but you would not be reanimating that person, that individual, that personality. But we don't care. We'll take that shot versus just burying ourselves in the ground and dying. So I don't know. I feel like, you know what? We're kind of, I mean, you're super creeped out about it. I'm kind of, disconcerted about it. But I think society on a greater scale is going to be clamoring for being able to get one of these for Christmas for their so-and-so person, right? I think that this is going to catch on. Yeah.
Next thing is going to be an AI sex doll, so of their loved one. So once you open the door, it's just going to keep going. And that's fine. That's what people want to do. But I would tell him, leave that alone. Don't ever do that again. Thank you.
This is Kanye. He's the greatest anything ever in life. He's not listening to nobody. Speaking of sex dolls, I almost did the story today too. Almost. It's like number 5 out of, when you get your backups just in case. story of a sex dolls for women now to make men obsolete. Like, why are we so determined on trying to make humanity obsolete?
Yeah, what is that about? Get better at, communicating. Gee, that's normal.
Right.
Goodness.
Like,
Phew.
yeah. I don't know. It's like the bionic penis that's better than any human penis. I mean, they're really going hard on this, and the doll will talk to you about your feelings and stuff. I mean, it still can't change a light bulb, but I don't know. I guess they're working on it.
The world.
I fail to understand humans. Speaking of failing to understand humans, let's talk a little bit about, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I find humans amazing, okay? And there's a segment of our population, let's be real, that is too bored with life in general. They were before COVID, but for sure now, right?
Yeah.
They don't have enough to worry about. And when you don't have enough to worry about, you get, for example, TV shows like Naked and Afraid, right? Because you just don't have enough challenges in life. Life did not give you enough natural challenges. You require challenges in life. So you go and do stupid things to yourself so that way you can feel alive. Well, this moron, and I don't care. I'm calling him a moron. That's right, buddy. You're starting your lawsuit. I still think you're an idiot. So this moron decided he needed to feel more alive. And Shadra, if you're listening, this one's for you, Mr. I'm gonna fight a bear. So anyway, so Buddy decided, okay, that he was gonna pay this Florida man. Of course he's from Florida. God, is gonna pay $150 for a full contact experience with a leopard. With a leopard. Now, this Florida man is unhappy with the results. Let us watch a little video that tells us a little bit about what happened. Let me do it. I think I clicked the audio thing. I'm pretty sure. So we'll see. Okay.
All right.
For the thrill of being in close contact with a leopard, nearly lost his life when the wild cat went on the attack. Local 10 News reporter Christian De La Rosa is live with the exclusive. Christian.
Yeah, and I spoke off camera with the man that was injured in all of this. He tells me he's undergone multiple surgeries after this leopard went for his head. This picture obtained by Local 10 News shows the victim's heavily bandaged head and ear after being mauled by a fully grown black leopard. Detectives with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission say the savage attack happened in an enclosure behind this Davie home on Ernest Boulevard, August 31st. The man who lives here, identified as Michael Poggi, has a Facebook page saying he runs an animal sanctuary for rare and endangered animals. Investigators say Poggi charged 50-year-old Dwight Turner, seen here, $150 for a, quote, full contact experience with his black leopard to play with it, rub its belly, and take pictures. FWC's report says once the man walked inside the enclosure, the leopard attacked. The injuries so severe, the report says the man's scalp was hanging from his head and his right ear was torn in half.
Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Poggi.
Authorities say Poggi, seen here in a YouTube video trying to sell monkeys, was charged for allowing full contact with an extremely dangerous animal and was cited for maintaining captive wildlife in an unsafe condition. So Poggi does appear to be at home. I knocked on his door several times, but no answer. Authorities say he did admit to the charges, but apparently he is licensed to have this leopard. We're in Davie. I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10 News.
Just disturbing. Christian, thanks a lot.
No.
Oh.
I don't care, Dwight. I don't care. Take your L, okay? You don't get to sue nobody.
Right.
No, listen. A panther is not a domesticated cat, okay? It's not a domesticated cat. You can't tell. They have the zoo. They got this thing called African Lion Safari, right? Where you can literally drive through their little fake safari area and the animals are in the wild, which means they can approach your car, right? They are very serious. First of all, they put a guide in your car because as much as they've done their best to keep these animals well fed and mostly tame, they're still wild animals. So that means the animals can get agitated. When they get agitated, you need to know how to react properly inside of your car so you all don't die, right? It's not a domesticated cat. You decided you wanted the full contact experience. Well, guess what? You got the full contact experience. What, you thought rubbing a panther on its belly was a full contact experience? That's not a full contact experience. Full contact experience is when you feel its claws and its jaws bite into you somewhere. That's full contact, okay? It's a wild animal. I don't feel sorry for you. You don't get to sue nobody. And not for anything. But the fact that the state is charging this man, okay? On one side, I gotta say, there's a teeny tiny little piece of me that's happy because, and I'm just gonna be real here, we'll be honest, because the man is white and the victim is black. And normally when, it's the case that the criminal is white and the victim is black, we got issues with charges being laid. So I'm a little bit happy about that. They're like, nah, you're wrong. And we care about the black victim. Yay. But I don't care about the black victim in this case because he got what he paid for. And he only paid $150. Like, what did you think you were getting for $150? I don't understand. You really thought for $150 you were getting the safest experience possible? Listen, we need to stop feeling we can pay broke pocket rates and get 5-star experiences.
He wanted to hook up.
Right? Like, I can't feel sorry for you. And listen, to the state that is trying to charge this man, okay, with, oh, well, we're going to charge you for allowing someone else to have contact with the wild animal. Excuse you? No. That man, he didn't allow it to happen. It's not like the panther got free and attacked his neighbor, okay? No. This man paid to have full contact. And it even said full contact in the contract, okay? He's not an infant. He's not a small child. He turned 18 yesterday. That's a grown man, okay? He got what he asked for. You cannot charge this other man now for giving someone else what they asked for. He paid for the right to have a full contact experience with the panther. The panther won. Take your L. That's it.
Well, he wanted full contact. He got it.
Thank you. See, you got what you asked for. Listen. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. This is the definition of that. I understand, y'all. Listen, I understand. COVID has been hard on everyone. Okay, I understand. You're trapped inside, not allowed to talk to people. You didn't get no family get together for this, that, and the next thing. Maybe your bed's lonely at night. I understand. It's hard. It's hard, right? But when your mind starts wandering to playing with to wild animals, like they're domesticated little innocent cats that scratch and bite too, for the record, then, dude, if you decide to follow through with that idiocy, take your L. That's it. Take your L. Yeah,
I agree with you.
It's a panther. I can't believe this is real. This is a joke, right? This is gonna be like April Fool's, but for Halloween, trick or treat, right? This is the trick. This is a trick. No, oh, it's serious. Wow. Yeah,
that is ridiculous. But hey, you're right. Play stupid game, win stupid prizes, and he just happened to pay for them.
Yeah.
Ain't that something? Okay. Well, speaking of suing, and I'm sure some people know about this. News came out yesterday, and if not, here you go. Louisville police officer files lawsuit against boyfriend of Breonna Taylor. Where they do that at? They do that only in America. Only in America. Lord have mercy.
Wow.
Only in America.
Wow. What?
Only in America. Where's
Okay, yeah, so you gotta explain this one to me and speak real slowly, like I'm a retarded, third grader, because I honestly don't get this one. What?
Oh, you'll never get it. It's not to be got.
Right?
It's not to be. The Louisville police officer who was shot during the botched narcotics raid on Breonna Taylor's apartment has filed a countersuit against Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker. The lawsuit filed by Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly says Walker committed battery, assault, and intentional emotional distress. Walker, a licensed gun owner, has said he believed intruders had entered the home. Now, I'm just going to put a pin right there. How many times have you heard a person from the dominant society have to repeat that over and over again? Have to defend themselves. You don't hear that constantly. Nope. You don't.
Nope.
Okay.
Never.
Right. Okay. But in the complaint, Mattingly attorney said that Walker willingly and maliciously fired at the officer, who was struck in a femoral artery in his upper thigh. Okay. Sergeant Mattingly was shot and nearly killed by Kenneth Walker. You're right. He's entitled to and should use the legal process to seek a remedy for the injury that Walker has caused him, his attorney Ken Wicker said in a statement. I'm going to put a pin right there. This goes back to me saying that they should carry insurance.
Yep.
Carry it for themselves. So if they get into some BS, they have to pay that family. And if they get hurt, injured, killed in the process, they can be buried.
Yep. Because I see this I'm very confused in and of itself, because here's the thing. To me, if something is part of your job, do you then get to sue for doing your job? Because I mean, I'm not saying that, hey, it's the job, cops show up and it's their job to take a bullet in the femoral artery every day, like that's literally, but I'm saying that's part of the risks of your job, right? Is that you go in to confront criminals or to do this and to do that, and there's a risk of injury or death, because when you are confronting a criminal, their goal is going to be to save themselves. Their goal is going to be to escape. I'm not even talking about this situation for a second. I'm just saying in general, right?
Yes.
If I want to get away, right, I am not inflicting intentional emotional harm on you by me trying to save my own ass. I'm not thinking about you at all. I'm not coming after you. You came and disrupted my day. Now, did you have a reason to? If I'm a criminal with a warrant out for my arrest, sure, but it doesn't matter. I'm not attacking back because, hey, you know what? I've had this vendetta against you, and now I'm going to intentionally hurt you emotionally. Like, bro, you're doing your job. You're apprehending a criminal. Sometimes they get wily. All right. So now let's fast forward to you breaking into someone's house in the middle of the night without announcing yourself. So when you do that, right? Now, me as a human, I'm sitting here right now by myself. I'm lying on my couch, right? All right.
Okay.
If that door opens, that back door opens, and I go, babe, and he don't answer back, and then I see some random people, my first thoughts aren't going to be, oh, look, people have broken into my house. It's probably cops. You know what I'll do? I'll get down on my on the floor, put my hands up, and just wait for them to come and arrest me and then let me know what's going on. My first thought is home invasion, grab something, protect yourself, take no prisoners, right? Because they're in my house. I gotta live, right? Like,
exactly.
you can't break into people's house in the middle of the night, whether they're criminals or not announce yourself, and then expect them to just lay down and take it. That's stupid. No one would do that. Like, that's crazy. This is crazy. This is what the,
yeah. And if you have those type of stressors and stuff, then you need to take some time off. They have a psychiatrist and psychologist there for the police. So they have all the tools they need.
Right.
So they can get some help. Take some time off. It's fine. You got some stress going on. But you don't have nothing that's gonna you don't have the amount of stress that's gonna come on your behind. Keep living. Last month, Walker filed a civil lawsuit against the city and the police department. His attorneys argued that he is immune from being arrested and charged again because of Kentucky's stand your ground laws, as NPR member station WFPL reported. Louisville police shot and killed Taylor, a 26-year-old emergency medical technician, during the raid at her home in March. Mattingly and two other officers involved in the raid are not facing state charges directly over Taylor's death.
You know what this reminds me of?
That's so disheartening.
You know what I think that, and I want to go with this shot femoral artery stuff, right? Because unless the bullet is lodged into the dude, then a lot of times what they do is they go, well, you can't prove what gun, like where the bullet came from. Now, there's a TV show. It's a Canadian show. It was canceled already. But both seasons are on Netflix, and it's called Intelligence. And interestingly enough, right? So there's this whole bunch of foolishness going on in the background. The point is that they want to set up this drug dealer from BC, and they need to use the DEA to do it. Now, Canadians and Americans, they work a little bit differently as far as what they think is okay or not, right? But so this Canadian guy now, he's in the States with the DEA people, and what they don't realize is that they're setting up the drug dealer to literally get shot and killed during this arrest, right? They give the informant a gun that doesn't work to give to him, right? Because he doesn't know. And then, the drug dealer puts the, broken gun in his waistband. But then he realizes he's being set up. So he calls his daughter, calls his wife, whatever. And then he goes out there and he lifts up his shirt. He goes, "I'm surrendering. Guys, here's the gun you gave me." And lifted up his shirt, but he didn't touch it. And then someone screams, "Gun!" And they all start shooting. And they end up shooting and killing two of their own, right? And the bullets pass completely through the guys. And so the story becomes now that the drug dealer, shot and killed two DEA agents during them trying to apprehend him, right? So now he's on the loose, armed and dangerous, right? He's killed two people. Meanwhile, he didn't. It was all friendly fire. Everyone saw it was friendly fire. Everyone saw he had never pulled the gun. And if he had pulled the gun doesn't work. They know all of this. But because there were no bullets lodged into the cops who died, there was no actual proof of whose bullet did what. And there was no proof that the guy didn't shoot a gun or that he did shoot a gun, right? Because again, there's no bullets lodged anywhere. There's just a bunch of 9mm bullets everywhere. They're going, "Oh, well, yeah, he had a 9mm too." He didn't actually. But where's your proof? And this is how they get away with it. Because a bullet passed through this officer, probably from friendly fire. But how are you going to prove it? Prove it. Oh, you can't? Then it's whatever they say. Right? So the boyfriend pulled a gun and just started shooting wildly at all the cops. That's what happened.
Yeah, right.
Right? Which gives them justification then for accidentally shooting Breonna Taylor. right? I mean, this is what they do. And it's bullshit. It's complete,
Yeah.
utter, fabricated bullshit. But how do you fight against it?
Yeah.
How? And that intelligence show, this was canceled years ago. So that goes to show you that, and people have picked up on this from years ago. I think it was almost a decade old, right? This is what they've been doing, and they will continue to do it. And then what do? When you finally look, now there's all the spotlight on them, what do? They go, you know what? We're gonna countersue. You know why? Because they want they want him to be scared. They want him to back off. They want it to go away. So they think that if they countersue, he'll be scared and he'll run. Because he can't afford, to be sued for millions. That's what they do. It's all a tactic. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
It is.
Same thing as previous story. Take your goddamn L. I'm sorry, police departments. I understand you guys are above the law. And you're perfect. And you can't make no mistakes. I totally get it. I get it. But again, take your damn L. Just take your L like grown-ups. Because this is gross now. I just no. Just
Yeah. Yeah. Whew.
Well, I guess, guys, we should we could talk about another police thing then. Since we're going to talk about police stuff.
All right.
Let's talk about another police thing. So I'm not sure if people are aware that there was some rioting that happened, or protesting / rioting that happened for the Walter Wallace Jr. protests. Walter Wallace Jr. was shot and killed by the police. They do claim that he had a knife. Investigations are still ongoing, blah, blah. But, Philadelphia, reacted in anger, and, protests and riots ensued. So a bunch of stuff's been happening around that. And not sure if y'all have heard this story. So we're going to talk about the story. So there's a couple things I want to show you.
Thank you.
And so the first thing we're going to do is, this is the first one I want to show you. There you go. Don't want to ruin it. Okay. So this is what I want to show y'all. So y'all can see here, okay, I'm going to show you now this tweet here. First let's look at the picture itself, right? And so it says, this police officer comforting the child of a looter who abandoned the child at the scene. Then you got here, so you leave your child in the streets wandering without shoes just so you can loot, huh? Great 2020 parenting. And then, of course, here, this person. So this piece of shit mom was so busy looting, she forgot her child. Oh my gosh, she forgot her child. It's a horrible human, right? I mean, obviously. He was found wandering the streets with no socks, no shoes, and maybe 2 years old. Guess who saved this baby? The Philly police. So, I mean, y'all are seeing. Now, the way that they actually got the story, it's not like the greater public is making up this interpretation.
Okay.
Right? So the police, the Fraternal Order of Police, the largest police union in the United States, shared a photo of this child being held by the police officer. And what they shared it on Twitter, and this is what it said. It said, this child was lost during the violent riots in Philadelphia, wandering around barefoot in an area that was experiencing complete lawlessness. The only thing this Philadelphia police officer, this woman right here, cared about in that moment was protecting this child. Right? So, I mean, this is a very heartwarming story. I mean, look, the white woman being the savior of the young black boy. And all she cared about in that moment was protecting that child. And I mean, this is a very heartwarming story, y'all, right? I mean, yeah, totally heartwarming. I bet your heart feels warm and like
it's a trick.
Oh, of course it's a trick. Of course it's a trick. Of course it is. Of course. Like the Young Turks guy. Of course. Yeah. So now let's take a look at the actual story, because again, we figured out this is bullshit. It must be bullshit. Of course it is, and it is. You're right. Surprise. Okay. So now, what really happened? Okay, what really happened? This, it's honestly it's it's tragic, and not in a cute way. It's tragic, entirely tragic what has happened as a result of these riots, because what happens is everyone's getting blamed, whether they're innocent or guilty, right? So let's take a look at the second thing I would like to show you right here.
Okay.
This is the mother of that child. Okay, you can see here this picture is she's showing you, you can see the split in her lip, fat lip. Now, what actually happened in this story? What actually happened is she was dragged from her car. She was not actually rioting. She was dragged from her car and beaten, along with her 16-year-old nephew. Now, what happened was, her 16-year-old nephew needed a ride from, be picked up from work. So she went to go pick him up, and she put her 2-year-old in the car. Obviously, she can't leave him alone, and figured, they'll fall asleep during the ride, and pick up my nephew while I'll go home. So she got her nephew, and then she went to go turn on a road to go back home, and there was a police barricade. So she went to do a 3-point turn to now turn around and, go back the way she came so she could get home.
Okay.
And I'm going to show y'all what happened when that happened. I told y'all it's going to be a whole telenovela story. I got a story here because this was, you can see it now. Luckily, there was a woman and she was actually filming at the time. So we can actually really get a good look here at what's happening. So before I start, you can see right here, it will zoom in, but this is the van right here that we're going to be focusing on. And so let's take a look at what happens.
Oh.
Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, shit. Damn. They bust up all the windows in that joint. Was there kids in there? Somebody just hopped out with a baby. Come on.
What the world? They did all of that and then walked away. I didn't.
Right. So you want to see it again? Do you see it again to kind of?
I think I've seen it. It's just that I'm trying to figure out. You burst the windows and all that, and people went over to the left side of the screen, and then next thing I know, they start walking away. So you did all that for what reason? Just to pull the person out the van?
Yeah, what they actually did. So remember, there was a woman driving the car, the mother, the 16-year-old nephew, and the 2-year-old baby in the car seat. So they literally swarmed. These are the police. Swarmed the van, right? They broke all of the windows, including the window. They broke the glass all over the 2-year-old, who was covered, his car seat and him covered in glass because they smashed the car window into his face. Opened the doors, dragged the mom out, beat the hell out of her, and pinned her to the ground, beat the hell out of the nephew, pinned him to the ground. And then that's what they
walked away. Why?
Yeah. Well, because at that point they already have them secured. So now they're gonna have them arrested, which is actually what they did. They originally bring the mom to the police station. And then afterwards, they brought her to the hospital. She was kept separate from her child for 4 hours. And during that separation, that picture was taken. And then the propaganda was started by themselves. They started the propaganda of them finding the baby on the street, barefoot, blah, blah, blah. And so now when the grandmother, the child was returned to the grandmother, actually, the child was still sitting in the car seat. The car seat was still covered in glass with the baby in it. The baby had a lump on his forehead because obviously in the scuffle and hullabaloo and banging and smashing glass, they injured the baby as well. The mother, after being released from the hospital, was brought back to jail, where she sat in jail for all night and then was released without charges because she didn't do anything, because she wasn't rioting.
Right, and that's what I'm like, why?
Yeah. That's I mean, you know, but she did literally nothing. She was in a van. She was driving. She had 2 minors in her car. One was 16, one was 2. And she's just trying to get home. They pounced on her vehicle for what? Because
could you play it again for Lady Neek? I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Yes,
could you
ma'am.
play it one more time?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Let me do that because it's
incredible.
Yeah, it really is. It's something. It's something because you just can't really digest it, right? Like, why?
Right. That's why I'm like, I'm still going, why? I know what I saw, but why?
Right. Exactly. Okay. So let's take a look again. All right.
Wow.
All them police.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Bang, bang, bang. Pulled it.
Oh, shit.
Look at that.
Damn. They bust up all the windows in that joint. Was there kids in there?
And just walking away.
Yep.
Somebody just hopped out with a baby.
We got him. Yeah. That's it. Like, look how many cops. Damn, look how many cops there are.
It's a lot of them. That's why I was like, what is the purpose of that? That's why I was confused.
Wow.
Yep. Look at that. Like, they're beating her before she's even gotten out of the car. She hasn't done anything.
Right. And then try to figure out who did it. That's why you have to go after the whole department.
All the windows in that joint.
Oh boy.
Was there kids in?
Yep. And
oh boy.
Can you imagine? Right. So it's like, it's kind of like Rodney King or something, where you have riots because of police brutality. So that way they could just commit more senseless police brutality. But as messed up as it is for me to say this, but I think it's true. If I am rioting and then they decide to be too brutal while handling me during the riot, that is one thing. That is one type of argument we're having. But what if I'm not rioting? I'm just driving while black. And you are going to come at me with your entire 30-member riot squad, with your riot batons and your riot shields and your riot whatever, demolish my windows, smash glass into my hearing-impaired son's face, who's 2, who was sleeping peacefully in a car until all this happened, traumatized my 16-year-old nephew. Thank God he survived. Injure me. And you're doing all of this for what? Because other Black people are rioting? Because you've gunned down yet another Black man because of police brutality, because of police excessive force? So what? You're going to show us who's boss?
Wow.
Yeah. That's where we're at. That is where we are at. Like, I'm gonna watch this one unfold. Yeah, music. I'll definitely send you that clip. I forgot that you could look at comments inside of StreamYard. That's actually really cool. But yeah, no, I'll definitely send that clip. I could not. It just blew my mind that this is happening, and it's one thing. It devastated me that this happened.
Yeah.
What I couldn't fathom, Char, what blew my mind is they had the nerve. They had the nerve
to try to clean it up.
Picture.
They were trying to clean that up. That's what that was.
Not only were they trying to clean it up, they were trying to throw mud on us while they cleaned it up.
Right.
Oh, that mother's so useless, wanting to riot in the streets so much she didn't care about her 2-year-old son who was walking around in the streets barefoot and alone.
Well,
That's how they painted black
that's
people, while they painted that white
mm,
woman holding our black child as a savior.
well, we
That's
don't need another savior. If that's the case.
we don't need their savior.
Wow.
That's for damn sure. That's
Wow. Wow. Wow.
mhm, right.
I'm really upset about that. That was a bit much for me today.
Yeah,
Um, you think I'm not gonna say immune, but you think that you could see something like, wow, that's messed up and not feel your heartstrings, but that was ridiculous. And I'm just trying to figure out how this young lady is going to be compensated as much as possible, which,
right,
you can't erase that experience. You have a car, need to be repaired. You have a child, and then the 16-year-old, they experience some trauma. That's a lot. The time in jail, hospital, all of that. And then
right.
these people walking around like nothing.
Like they saved the
Wow.
kid. They're using this kid as a little PR stunt. Meanwhile, the
Yeah.
grandma's trying to find the baby. They're not really sure. The grandmother. Notice I said the grandmother eventually found the child in the back seat of one of the cruisers. They weren't sure which one. Still covered in glass in the car seat. Our 2-year-old baby in a car seat covered with shards of glass. Still.
Mm,
That right? No, they saved him. They saved him. Remember, they saved him. They kept him in a car seat covered with shards of glass because babies don't like to pick stuff up and put it in their mouths ever. Right? But they saved him.
mm.
They had the unmitigated gall to call themselves, use that child as PR stunt for them loving black children. And then this is how they treated him in the interim. It honestly is messed up. At least if they had cleaned him up, you know what I mean, gotten him some treatment, got rid of all the glass and stuff like that. Someone was playing with him. They knew exactly where he was, kept him safe outside of the backseat of a car. If they had actually done something proper with this kid, that'd be one thing. But look how they dealt with him for 4 hours. 4 hours. He was in the back of some police cruiser where they were entirely ignoring him because they were too busy. Yeah, we're going to get those rioters, to be bothered with the 2-year-old baby who was sitting alone inside of the back of a police cruiser for 4 hours covered in shards of glass. Let's be real here. Like that to me was my fury. That right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this is more interesting and uplifting. I'll put it that way.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Now, if you watch me at one time on BGS for Women, you would remember that this was mentioned quite often about the UBI. Is that right? UBI, the universal income. And it has been, let me see, this is October 21st. And Compton Mayor offers 800 residents guaranteed income for 2 years with new pilot program. So they're trying the universal income here. Let me see if I can scroll. Okay, that's fine. I'll leave it right there. Okay, basic universal income has become a conversation that has gained steam again since the start of COVID-19 or novel coronavirus pandemic and the mass job layoffs followed. As a result, many people around the country have been severely impacted by the economic fallout from the virus. To curb the effects of the public health crisis, Compton Mayor AJ Brown, or is it AJ Brown, is creating a new program to guarantee a basic income for 800 residents in the community. It's called the Compton Pledge. And the Compton Pledge is a new pilot program the city is rolling out to help those that have lost their employment due to COVID-19 crisis. The new initiative would provide free cash for 2 years with private donors contributing $2.5 million to fund the project. And she says, I recognize that there is a need for additional income, especially with the pandemic resulting in record high numbers of unemployment throughout the entire country, the mayor said to the Los Angeles Times. This is a great opportunity to address the inequalities for Black and Brown people and also additional opportunities for upward mobility. The program will be targeting the city's most vulnerable populations, especially the Black and Latina communities, in addition to formerly incarcerated residents. Brown follows Stockton Mayor Michael Tubbs, who created a similar cash program back in June of this year. She joined Tubbs in establishing the Mayors for a Guaranteed Income to launch the pilot program in more cities around the country. Now, it doesn't say how much. It just says how many people they're starting off with. So something, we have to say is better than nothing. It's a pilot program. I'm kind of surprised it's from private donors, but okay. I'm sure that's, welcomed. It's not coming out of taxpayers' money, not coming out of their pockets. And I'm wondering, because I'm going to follow up with this, how is this going to really work? So 2 years from now is 2022.
Right.
More people they're going to help the next time. Will it be more than 800 people? Will they cut how many people? Will they increase? They don't say how much. They don't say what, except for cash. We know that, but that's it. And they don't, again, they don't say how much. So I really want to kind of keep my eye on this to see how this go. Really curious.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think it's a good thing. I think the problem is going to be twofold, which is that like a lot of things, actually, I'm not surprised that it's by private donors, because a lot of really good programs that are actually, overall help the community or society are initially privately funded. And they privately funded for exactly this reason, right? It's basically like research. Let us prove that this actually will make a positive difference in a significant way.
Yeah.
The problem is that as much you can prove that till you're blue in the face. When it comes down to wanting to do it on a large scale, you're going to need that, the federal dollars, the tax funding. You're going to need some type of government help to make it happen, and that's when the buck stops. It always does. So even if you can prove in a long-term way, doing this means that overall you're going to end up spending less money. You're going to spend less of your tax dollars are going to be going to a whole variety of things, from incarceration and this and that and welfare and whatever, because it actually helps people. Like, it doesn't matter how much you prove that. When it comes down to it, people don't care, right? They don't want to. They just don't. It's messed up, but it's true. You give them a 5-year plan, but they're like, yeah, but what's the bottom line about today? And that's all they can see. I mean, they've done this when it comes to prison, where they've done so many different programs with young offenders and also with offenders in general. And they've done these programs which has lowered recidivism, which basically, your likelihood of committing another crime. It lowers it dramatically, like from the 70% that it's currently at to like well under 50%, well under, right? So you think about the benefit that would have to society. So sure, there'd be an initial output, an initial cost, but overall, society
Yeah.
would be safer. It would be better. You'll spend less money on those things. You'll have more money free to do other things, and you'll have more beneficial citizens to help you do it. No one cares. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sad but true. I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
listen.
it's been proven
Right now,
time and time again, but I'm glad at least is out here at this time for 800 people. So
at least they're
yeah.
trying. At least they're trying. I don't know. Maybe I'm pessimistic because I know y'all about to elect Trump again for another 4 years, and I don't know. World's going to hell in a handbasket. I believe in nothing right now. Nothing. Right? Like no good can come from anything right now. Sorry. Like pessimistic AF. I'm sorry, y'all.
She don't like it, y'all.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I do. I love it. I think it's actually going to be amazing. I just think in order for it to be
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like I ain't hating,
No.
I'm saying. I'm just saying, y'all. We need to find a way of like being able to override that somehow. Nah, we need to be able to like push people. Like, nah, I don't care what you say. No matter what you say, this is better for society, and so we win. We're doing it. Like that's I don't know. Find a way.
Yes.
We'll get it. Not while Trump's in office, but like after that.
Yeah, we got to get back on that one.
Exactly. Well, I definitely have some foolishness on the table now. So,
alrighty.
Yeah. No, this would not qualify as news. But I decided it does. So, y'all, listen. It's been hard times, COVID, whatnot, I'm sure a lot of y'all have watched a lot of end of days movies and TV shows lately, Walking Dead and whatnot, right? You ever wonder? I used to do this. I'd watch Walking Dead and they'd break into people's houses and whatever to, steal food. And I always wonder, like, how do you know what's good still? Like, right? Like, how do you know when the best before date is just a suggestion, but don't really mean anything? Like, how do you know? How do you know? And I remember one thing that people have been saying. People have been saying this since I was a kid, right? Is that there's only two things that are going to survive like a nuclear holocaust or whatever, and that is cockroaches and Twinkies. You ever hear that saying?
I have.
Right?
I have heard that. It's been a long time since I heard it. Okay.
But you've heard it, right? You've heard it.
Yes.
All right. Well, y'all, I have the science-ish. I do actually have some video or some pictures. We're gonna look at the Twinkies and how do they last over the course of time, right? Because we don't know. It's just something people said. I don't know. I guess we just figured Twinkies aren't actually made out of any food products, so they'll probably last forever. I don't know. But anyway, so this guy, okay, so he realized, okay, Twinkies do only have officially a 45-day shelf life, right? Now,
okay, about a good month and a half, okay.
Right. And we all know people who bought Twinkies and a year and a half later, they're still fine. So,
right.
Right. So, I don't think anyone ever took, that, oh, no, they only last, no one's ever taken that seriously. Nobody. Now, what happened was, interestingly enough, right? So we're going to be talking about this guy, Colin Curington. He's the one who's got the evidence. So we'll talk about how Colin got this evidence. So back in 2012, when Hostess Brands, the company that makes Twinkies, declared bankruptcy, a lot of people rushed to stores and herded a bunch of Twinkies because they were like, oh my God, what if we never get a Twinkie again? Blah, 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 right? Okay. And so at that point, he was like, all right, well, I'm going to save at least one box of Twinkies because, you never know when some horrible pandemic or something might strike and you might need food. Well, let's fast forward, shall we? So So now he's been sitting around, and it's a pandemic, and he was hungry. That's what it was. He was hungry, and he remembered. You know what? I remember I bought some Twinkies back in 2012, and I never opened the box. It's been sitting in my pantry. So he decided to go and open that box and eat one of them Twinkies.
Okay.
Yes, he did, y'all. So
2012 is 2020 now.
Yep, exactly. So I'll tell y'all. Now, the very first bite, he almost threw up in his mouth. That's right. I know. We're all disappointed now, but it's true. It was apparently horrible, absolutely horrible. So I'm gonna show y'all. Right now, we'll start our picture journey. Okay. Let's start our picture journey. That's right. We got a picture journey. So here we go. Share. All right. So here is our 2012 box of Twinkies. Now the real I want to show y'all, because I think it's really interesting. They actually did do some sciencey stuff around it. It wasn't just some foolishness. So now from there, what he did was this is the one he actually tried. So you can see obviously the biggest difference, the skew filling. That cake don't look like cake no more.
That look like almost corn.
Yeah, right. It does not look like the same thing. It was like bread or something, or I don't know. I have no idea. So from there, let's keep going. Let's keep going over here.
Scrolling.
Yeah, right. So this is the one he said it's he bit into it. It was chewy, unsweet, and smelled like rotting ginkgo fruit. The box clearly warned best used by November 26th, so I have nobody to blame but myself. Yeah. Yeah. But it gets worse. So you said this one had an organism growing on it, wasn't willing to risk it. All right. So but here's the thing. So it was interesting because now, and this is when we started getting like, hey, something weird is happening here. It ended up vacuuming itself.
What in the world is that?
Yep. So it's weird, right? So this is basically mummified now. It has all the signs of being mummified. And the thing is, so what it did was it vacuum sealed itself. So it sucked out all of the air, all of the whatever. It's like it vacuum sealed itself. Sucked out everything, sucked out all of the everything, and just did this. And no one's sure why. If you notice now, that's 3 different Twinkies. And all 3 of them looked wildly different. Oh, the first one with that weird thing in the center, the second one that had that weird mole on it, then this. There's no consistency in the way these are produced at all, clearly. There's no consistency because how are they so different looking? But he did actually now send that one, this weird, creepy vacuum sealed one. This one was actually sent to a lab. See, so they're trying to figure out now. Okay, so I guess maybe they want to be able to eat the mummified one. I'm telling you, people are weird. And again, I do think COVID has people really bored because I'm pretty positive that if it wasn't COVID, there's no lab in the world that has money to be doing this kind of research. But it's okay. It's COVID, so therefore they have time. All right. So let's take a look now at.
Oh my goodness!
Weird, right? It's so weird. It's so weird. Now the thing is, so they did actually do a whole bunch of different tests on it, and what I think is really amazing about this, you can see the differences between the 2 Twinkies. As far as the mole one and the not mole one and whatnot. they did actually do their best. Now I want to show you guys. This is really cool. Here's a picture. Look at that. It's like weighs like nothing. It's like literally only has the weight of the packaging, which is what they were saying. And the weird thing is, what they did at this point, right, is they actually put the regular Twinkie, versus this one, and they put it on. When you like put something on like those slides to try to grow bacteria or whatever, see what it is, see what the fungus is, right? They tested this. They determined it was actually a fungus, right? They did determine that there is actually the presence of fungus. This is what that is. So from there, they tried to get it to grow in a lab. And the regular Twinkies that were, not a million years old, those grew stuff crazy. These ones would not grow anything. No bacteria, no virus, no fungus, no nothing. It's like it has zero signs of life. Zero. There's zero signs of life. And this Twinkie that has not been exposed to the air, that is completely vacuum sealed, has zero signs of life to it, like it never was a living organism. True fact. They cannot get nothing to grow on this. So they're still trying. They're actually fighting to try to get this non-food item to act like it's something you should be eating, right? Because there's literally no food quality to it, which is terrifying if you think about it. But I also want to be clear that when I said there's no consistency, so they tested it. And the problem is since these Twinkies are literally airtight, the reason why they all have different types of fungus and different types of things growing on them, and they all actually did, is because of what they're exposed to at the manufacturing level.
Okay. I kind of was thinking about that. Go ahead.
So this fungus, this disgusting fungus, all these disgusting fungi, that is actually introduced into it at the manufacturing level. It's not introduced because it's not like if something goes bad, right? And you have it in an airtight environment, it's not going to start growing a fungus. It can't. You have to expose it to a fungus for it to start growing one. So the fact that it was in this vacuum bag, that means your Twinkies, y'all, this food that's supposed to be, live forever, is like covered in all kinds of God knows what. I mean, look at this. Look at this.
Right.
Look at this. Yeah, so they're trying to make Twinkies act like food in the lab. But I just want to let y'all know, like, when we're talking about how junk food's not really food, I want y'all to also realize that in that little vacuum sealed thing that makes you feel like it's so sterile, it didn't go into the bag sterile. It was never sterile. It was already, you ate that and you ate a whole bunch of fungus and bacteria and God knows what inside that little Twinkie cake of deliciousness.
Got that fungi for you.
Yeah, but y'all keep eating your snacks. Y'all keep doing it. Go ahead. Yeah, tomatoes are dangerous. Go ahead. Eat the Twinkie.
Yeah, I just was hearing about tomatoes recently. Yeah.
I would still rather eat a tomato than eat that Twinkie. And if y'all forget, you can always come back here. Just bookmark that place where I showed you that Twinkie that vacuum sealed itself in. Right, because of they're not even sure how that happened. That's the crazy thing. They have no idea how this Twinkie mummified itself. They have no idea how it vacuum sealed itself in. They have no idea where the oxygen went. Like, they cannot figure it out. It is an airtight bag, that is for sure. So the air did not escape. The bag didn't pop in some way. They have no idea how it happened. They're actually really fascinated. They're really trying to figure it all out. Yep. Trying to identify what it is and how this happened. So yeah, just so y'all know. That's what's going on with Twinkies these days. But yeah, you can eat it. I'm not gonna, but you can eat it.
I'm not gonna try it. You try it.
You try it, right?
I'm not gonna try it.
So I don't know if y'all thought the Twinkies were gonna be the superfood your family could survive on for the next few years. Think again. That's it.
I don't
Yum, yum,
wanna.
yum.
I don't
Yummy,
want
yummy,
none of that.
yummy. I got Twinkie in my tummy. Yep.
No, thank you. I'm good. No,
Right?
thanks. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. That didn't encourage you to go eat a salad tonight or something. I don't know what will. But
Ugh. Yeah, I never cared for stuff with filling. I would either, if I liked it, I'll eat the outside of it, scrape the inside out. So that was never my thing. The Twinkie and what was the other one? Ding dong.
oh, what about Boston cream donuts? Do you like those?
No.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything with centers, I never did care for it. And if I
Oreo.
liked, I took the cream out.
Yes, me too, girl.
Ho-Ho, same thing. Let me see. Ho-Ho's, that had a crunchy chocolate on the outside. I think it did have something white on the inside. I scraped that out too.
Yeah.
Been so many years, I had to try to really remember it. But yeah, that was never my cup of tea.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. So it's ho-hos are the cakes. It's like a swirl in the inside. I just looked it up because I
Okay.
couldn't remember. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So it's basically like say a flat layer of cake, and then they put icing on top of that flat layer of cake, and then they roll it. I guess they're like Swiss rolls, basically. At least that's what we call them here, Swiss rolls. Yeah. You know what? These cakes. So the ones that are the swirls, like the ho-ho thing or whatever. I liked our version of this, but not the ones that have like the hard chocolate on the outside. It's like the cake with the whatever. I don't know. I liked that, but I'm with you on the rest of it. Like ding dongs and anything that had stuffing on the inside. I didn't like that. Like I might like the stuffing, and I might like the outside. I just didn't want them together.
Yeah, I didn't care for none of that Danteezy moon pies, cream pie, cream anything. My friend used to laugh at me about that. She's like, what's you into cream?" I'm like, "I don't know. I have no idea. I just couldn't get down with cream. Not even sour cream. So hey, I'm weird like that."
What in the world is oatmeal cream pie really a thing? What the hell? I see it. Oh, God, no. Oh, oatmeal cookies with stuff in the middle. Ew, I wouldn't eat an oatmeal cookie by itself. So I don't know.
Yeah, I pass.
Yeah.
Let's get Danteezy. Yeah, he'll eat it. He likes it. He likes it.
Yeah, I bet you he does. He has way too many names here. Moon pies. I don't know what the hell all this stuff is. I was never really into this kind of. Oh, these are
Is that Dolly
Saint
Madison or whatever the other company is? I don't know. But no, thank you.
moon pie. I think we called them Saint Louis or something like that. Saint
Oh,
Louis or Saint Louis. I don't know. I can't remember. I remember the moon pie thing that was not called the moon pie here. It was called Joe Louis. Joe Louis. Wait, is that actually something that y'all know? I don't know.
no, I'm not familiar with that.
Man, I don't know. You know what I really hated? I hated those cookies. And they're like hard cookies, right? Like almost like an Oreo thing. But what
Uh-huh.
they have in the middle of them, and you can see it from like the center of the top cookie is like this jelly stuff. Like it wasn't even like a creamy thing. It was like almost like a hardened jelly almost, or like a semi-hard kind of jelly consistency of like raspberry or what. Oh my God, I think that's so disgusting. Those are the most disgusting things I had ever tasted in my whole life, and I could not understand why people kept buying these disgusting cookies. Like they're just the grossest thing ever. Just nothing appealing about them at all.
Ugh. Well, that's it from me. I'm going to ask you guys if you want to hear some music, some good 90s music. You know, they just wiped out that decade because that was a really good decade for Black people. I'm just saying. Go over to CRBJ, and DJ Pointman is spinning on the ones and twos. If you want to go in the chat room, that is the link. If you want to be anonymous and just want to listen and not be inside the chat room, that's the second link. So Go over there. He's spending on for the next hour and a half. Let me see. It's 9, 10, 2 hours. So he's spending on the ones and twos the next 2 hours. Go check him out. Depends on how much support he gets. He may change the time because he's already been spending for at least an hour. So he may coincide with this show. We'll see around Christmas. I'll let you guys know. But check him out. See if you enjoy him. If you enjoy some good 90s music, no mumble jumbo, check it out.
Nice. Nice. All right. Then. I hear that.
Yeah, so I'm over in the chat room now. I'm going to go and speak to everybody. And I want to thank you all for joining us for another episode of Article Reaction. We had a good time. Be safe out there. If you do go outside, use your mask. I would still practice social distancing. Be careful with your candy if that's what you're going to do. Have fun, take pictures, and change your avatars to those pictures if you did dress up. And until next week, peace.
Cheers, y'all.